everyone. Welcome to I'd Back That Kickstarter with Gloryhoundd.
DrGloryhogg.
And
The always on time, Greg Dickson.
always on time. Yes, we have Wesley here today. She is down here causing
You
some
can see the
shenanigans.
tail.
Oh, you're gonna get a smack.
Oh,
She's like, I will
she
cut
went for
you.
me. She went for me.
She's like, I will cut you right now.
They're going to witness an ER trip
And we have
live.
tons of people in chat today. Thank you so much for everybody joining us. We actually have 524 Labs here too as well, so I'm super excited to talk about Min Cooperative. Eric Garcia, Alan, we have Vincent in chat. I saw Daniel. Oh, the Game Boy Geek is here. What? Oh my
Always
gosh.
wrong, Greg Dickson.
I didn't even know
We
he had a
have
YouTube channel.
Battle Cry here. I think I said Daniel Zayas today, but Charles, we got a lot of you guys on
MM.
here. Michael, MM, oh my goodness, guys.
Restream.io.
Thank you so much for everybody joining us today. So we have 4 Kickstarters we're going to be talking about. First off, do we have any information, new information? How is Dice Tower Retreat?
Awesome. Dice Tower Retreat is the funnest convention
should
no
do
one
like
goes to.
You should do like a podcast about it or something so
I
we
should.
can know about
Someday.
it.
Yeah,
Someday
like if
maybe.
you could get a podcast online, that'd be cool.
I got to figure out how to use like the
internet?
computers and the interwebs and all that stuff.
Yeah, if you guys
Tiny
haven't
cat
checked out
ears.
his podcast, he
Eric
talks about
Garcia
everything.
went to Dice Tower Retreat. He can
Ooh.
confirm. Wait, no. Yes.
Pixar didn't happen. Like you have to have a picture with them.
And it's awesome. It's so fun. It's such a
So fun.
The game library that Tom is building is amazing.
Yeah.
For his events.
Well, seeing the pictures of that and them scrolling
It's
through
almost as
everything
big as
is just
yours.
awesome. Almost as big as yours.
It's bigger.
Tiny bit bigger.
A little.
Tiny bit bigger. Tiny
It's
bit
like
bigger.
1,300 games, I think I heard, and there's like 160 people there. It's crazy the ratio.
How
of
many
game
copies
to
of
players.
Monopoly though?
There was one,
Just one.
and it had its own shelf. There was nothing else on that shelf, just one copy of Monopoly. And if you open it, it's like pick a better game. Like a note is written there that says pick a better game.
Aww. That's
Wow.
so sad. All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and get started today. Let's see here. And hopefully I'll shut off my sound for us there. Okay, perfect. First up, we have Nouvelle-France. This is by JackBro, Playful Creations. This is going to be for 2 to 4 players. It lasts about 45 to 60 minutes. This is, I mean, from all the art and everything, it looks like, oh, this is going to be some sort of war game. But this is actually like sort of, not a dexterity game, but it's an abstract game where you're placing blocks and trying to collect them together to score points with the different rows that you have built up. And every round, you have a snowdrift. Well, is it every round? I'm not sure if it's every round.
No.
But you do have a snowdrift.
There's
3
certain
times.
cards that
Yeah.
trigger.
3 times
Yeah.
snowdrifts come in, and then they rescore those points on just like that pancake level there, which I thought was really interesting. And I've actually seen this, like a lot of this game just out there with people demoing it to people and stuff.
At like cons and stuff.
Yeah,
Circle
and
K
No,
out by the Coles.
not at Circle
by
K.
Chipotle. Just people out front
In
playing
the
it.
dark alley behind your house.
There's 3 people playing it in my backyard right now. I don't know them.
Hello, Kabuki Kid and MM. So, Greg, what are your first impressions of this game?
So I was surprised it's not funded yet. We have a couple this week that aren't funded yet, and because it looks really cool to me. I like games like Santorini and stuff that are like spatial puzzles, abstract, you
Me
know,
too.
that have that cool table presence. So I don't know. I kept kind of I almost spent more time on this than I would have normally because I was like, why are people backing this? Like I was like trying to figure out what I was missing that other people didn't appeal to because to me it looks really cool. It's going to be light. It's going to be quick, but it seems like you have a lot of choices. It's a great presentation. It seems like a real passion project. If you look at the thing, it shows like his life. He's like born, you know, had a dream, and then it fast forwards like 36 years, started to design this game. Like it's like his whole life has led to this. So anything that has that much passion behind it, I'm always kind of excited to see. Like, okay, this is something they've really been thinking about, something they've poured their heart and soul into. So I'm kind of excited to check it out. It seems like it's reasonably priced for what you're getting.
Yeah, the price on that was $57 for the base on that. So,
Yeah, you got all these cool blocks and stuff. It looks cool to me.
Dr. Gloryhogg, what do you think about this game? Because I know that you're not into super abstract games.
I feel really bad. So I thought this was gonna be like some revolutionary like war game, like set in the French Revolution or
Yeah.
like Napoleon or I was real shocked to watch the video. I was like,
Yeah.
what the?
Yeah.
What? Wait a second.
It's
This
not
is
what
not
you
what
expect.
No, not what I thought
But I was
at
kind of
all.
pleasantly surprised that it wasn't just another dudes on a map thing.
But like I was like the opposite because I don't really like abstract games, and as they're going through it, they're talking about it. They're like, it's got a lot of spatial awareness, and people that dig spatial awareness. I hate
I like
spatial
special
awareness.
awareness.
I hate it, and the only reason why I hate it is because I'm really, really bad at it.
That doesn't help.
It's the
You're like, I don't know
In
how
the
these
That's
military-
a
fit.
good reason
I don't
to
know
hate
how
it.
many times I can say this, but when I was in the military, that was the one thing they were like, yeah, you could do military intelligence, explosive ordnance disposal specialist, infantry. Like I was on all these different things, and
Yeah.
it was between explosive disposal specialist or infantry, and they're like, but you can't be a mechanic because I couldn't figure out the gears. Like
The little gear
testing.
thing where they have the one test. This gear goes this way, and
then
this
this
gear
gear-
goes this way, and
And
you're
so,
like, nope.
The fifth gear goes which way? And they're like, nope, you don't. I'm like, it spins on its axle. I don't.
Here's
It's
what I
not my
imagine. They
thing.
handed
I'm
you a
not-
rotary phone, and they're like, make a phone call. You're like,
And you're
sorry,
like,
I can't do it. Can't
done.
do it.
Yeah.
He rage
I,
quits the phone
In-
call. Like,
Infantry it is, buddy.
So like I've always made the thing about where I can like I played Tetris, but I enjoyed Dr. Mario because it was just up or down and different colors.
Not all this spinning and moving side to
and
side.
why are some of them shaped weirdly? Like just give me the pills. That's all I care about.
That's
So for me,
funny.
this isn't my style of game at all. It looks interesting. It's got a cool presence. I think 3D
Yeah.
Tetris looks interesting. It's just not something that I would play because I suck at them,
So
and I don't enjoy that kind of puzzle.
the Game Boy Gate asked a really important question that doesn't come up super often, but it is really important. How do you feel about waiting a whole year for it to deliver?
Well, that's always what I hate about Kickstarter.
Right. And I feel like the production quality for this game, where you're getting all wood pieces and you're getting like these wooden little snowdrifts and everything, they're putting a lot of love into this game. And for this particular game, I don't feel like a year is actually too bad because of everything that's being included in it. If it was just a box of cards and I was waiting a year, I feel like that's a little much. How do you guys feel about that, Greg?
Here's the upside. You'll totally forget you backed it, and it'll be such a pleasant surprise
Surprise!
when it shows up in September of 2020. He'll be like, oh, yeah, the Snowdrift game. Exciting. No, I agree. I mean, I'm not a big Kickstarter. I'm not a huge backer. I'm not one of these super backers or whatever. Partially because of that, because it's like I don't get a chance to play it ahead of time. It's a gamble. It's not going to get here for a long time. But I understand why look. I prefer this than to the companies that are like, oh, we'll get this to you in 3 months, and there's like no way they're going to hit that deadline. They
Oh,
keep
yeah.
pushing it back, and so for what you're getting, I don't blame them for wanting to give themselves a lot of time. And I think I heard that they've changed, like they're going to do plastic blocks, but the snowdrifts will be wood. I don't know. One of the videos I was seeing made it sound like they had to make some changes. So maybe they're just factoring all that in.
Yeah, and the Game Boy Geek just doesn't want to wait for his games. He wants games right now, is what it is.
Well, it's because
My
he's in that
games right
unique
now.
position where he usually gets them before they're even announced.
does,
So
he
he's
does.
like, if I don't get it 3 months before they even discuss the idea on Kickstarter, I don't want it.
We just played a game at his house the other day, though, that he backed. He backed stuff sometimes. You know?
Sometimes.
Apple guests.
And Dr. Gloryhogg, what do you think about having a longer time? Like, you're okay with waiting, right?
Yeah, because I think we have enough in the pipeline that it
Oh,
actually
you always
works
have new
out.
things
yeah,
coming in,
stuff
yeah.
that's just coming in.
Yeah.
It's like we couldn't even get in, and like I don't even feel like I played enough Skull Hollow before Tapestry rolled in. So
I saw your guys' little video. That was hilarious.
How we were betrayed.
Yes. Board games of our lives.
All right, so for this game, for me, this is right up my alley. I love these sort of games where you're trying to puzzle build these little structures and stuff like that because I am very mechanically minded and I love seeing that. I love how you recreate the points with the snowdrift, so you're trying to score things in different ways on this game. And all of the shapes are really unique in this. I mean, I know that this is compared to a lot of other polyomino games or maybe Tetris style games, which, I mean, they could have just made this into a simple two-dimensional
Right.
polyomino game, but no,
Right.
they chose to go ahead and make this a 100% 3D game, and it's not like some of the other 3D games that I've seen out lately where they are just purely stacking the blocks, you know what I'm saying? Because I've seen, like, there's 2 of them on Kickstarter right now where
So
you're
like
just throwing
Imhotep?
blocks up where you're stacking them, but they are in unusual shapes. This one has a little bit more to it. You know, you have different scoring and stuff like that that you're going to do with it. So I really enjoy that. And, like, the production pieces on this are freaking fantastic, guys. Like, I'm really excited about this game. I'm going to say I would back this game. What do you think, Greg? Would you back this?
I think so, yeah. I think this is right up my alley. I like these
Yeah.
kinds of games. Like I
And-
said, it's not exactly like Santorini, but it kind of reminds me of that, where it's spatial and it's three-dimensional, and you're trying to sort of see ways to set yourself up that hopefully other players aren't seeing. So yeah, I'm into it. I think of the 4, this is the one I'm the most excited about.
This is the one you're most
checking
excited
out.
about?
Yeah.
And Daniel Zaya says
He's
there's
just shaking his head.
so many intricate details and fulfilling games that they do take longer for small publisher operations.
Yeah.
And that is super. That's a great note, Daniel, adding that so everybody knows that, because when you're working with different publishers and stuff in this, somebody much bigger like Come On Games, you expect more from them and them to deliver faster and everything. They already have all of those bonds created between the manufacturers and themselves, and they usually have all the pre-production plans, where a lot of times some of the smaller publishers with this, they're waiting for money to come in so then they can finish that process and get things going. There's only so much you can do when you're a smaller publisher with that. But a lot of love has gone into this game.
Vincent's on to you.
Vincent's onto me,
I've seen her
mechanically
birth
minded.
certificate. It says
She's a
Westworld.
robot.
Trust me.
I can neither confirm or deny
I
that.
can neither confirm nor
So
deny.
as far as my alley goes,
Yeah.
I would push this one out onto the curb.
Yeah, I was just going to ask
So
Doc,
somebody else
ask
can
you.
come pick it up and enjoy it, but like
This doesn't look fun
not
to you at all.
not trash, but like out on the curb, like hey,
Big item
free
pickup.
game,
Wow.
free game, come pick it up if
Wow.
you want it. Like it's out there.
So you're for sure no on
You
this.
just
Yeah,
out,
I would be a
out.
pass. I mean,
Pass.
I would play it once, but I honestly don't see myself enjoying it or wanting to play it more than once. It's
Right.
just not my type of game, and that's okay. There's other game coming up on this
Well,
list that is 100% my type
That's
of
what's
game.
great about the hobby. There's something for everybody.
Is that what's great about it? No,
No,
it's
it's
great
not.
because
Well,
I'm here.
There's
That's
that,
what's great
well,
about it.
That goes without saying.
And
The
that's
second best thing.
that's 100% why we have different reviewers here doing this, is because not every game is going to be for every person, and that's just kind of how it is. Period. You
Yeah,
know.
it's my donate it to the game night I go to collection.
Aww.
Bring it with me to Dice Tower for the swap.
There you go for the retreat.
All right. Next up, we have
Oh,
Dice and Ink.
He's playing footsie with me.
This
over
is
here.
a Roll Write Anthology game. We're going to turn that off there. And so this has 10 different games in one, or maybe it was 11. I don't know. There's 11 designers on this
10
game.
games,
10
11
games, 11
designers.
designers.
Yep.
All in
200
one book.
200 pages. You're going to get different roll and writes as you go along. I mean, if you are a roll and write connoisseur, if you love roll and writes, this is your game right here, because you get to sample 10 different ones. So if
Yeah.
there's got to be one in there that you're going to end up liking. Greg, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, I like the theming. I like that it has all kinds of interesting themes. Like this one is plants trying to take back over a city. It's not just the typical, like here you're growing a reef. I mean, I just thought it seemed very inventive. And I agree with you that it's like if you get 1 or 2 good games out of this, it's worth your money probably. I mean, it's like, what, $29 or something? I mean, that's how much like Welcome to Dino World cost, or
Yeah,
Welcome to, or
absolutely.
like one other roll and write. So I feel like with this one, I mean, I want to look a little more closely in to try to predict which ones I might like more than others. But like if 2 of them are good, it's money well spent, I think.
Two. So as long as there's 2
As
in
long
there
as-
that are
yeah,
good for you,
even
you're like,
one,
boom, it's
honestly,
done.
it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Now, I do think the look here as they show these images, it looks a little low budge, but you're getting 10 games for $29. So considering that you're getting $2.90 per game, it's not bad production, I guess.
I think some of them definitely look more fleshed out than others
Yeah.
as far as like the details.
And some of them look
the
kind of
look 'em.
complex. You look at some of these things, you're like, whoa, these look
Yeah.
like they might have some kind of advanced roll and writes in here, as well as ones that look a little lighter and simpler.
Now, Dr. Gloryhogg, what do you think?
No.
No, just no.
No. You put like the 2 that I'm most negative about up front. I am not a big fan of roll and writes. There's only a few. Like I could probably do a top 5 and still have only 4 in my top 5. That's how much I like roll and writes.
Hold on, let me process that a little bit.
So I'd have a top 5, but I can only think of 4
right,
good ones.
right. So why don't you just do a top 4?
That's ridiculous. Who does that?
I'm writing down Daniel's suggestion of Utopia Engine right now because I'm like, oh, wait, there's a really good one on
I
there?
do agree
Okay.
with you, by the way, that like I'm getting a little played out in roll rights. I mean,
How dare you?
it seems like there's
She is
kind of a lot
loving
of them these days.
She's loving them so much, and I'm so glad so many of them have a solo option, so I don't have to do it. Because there's just things I would rather do with my
I
time.
think one
like,
of these, the
I
whole
need
game
to,
is solo. Like it's only solo.
Like
if
I need to
remember
weed
right.
the backyard.
Yes.
The dogs need to be brushed.
Yeah.
You know, I might need to clip my toenails.
You need to get
You
those
wash
people.
your hair.
I gotta wash my hair.
Get those people playing Nouvelle-France in the alley out of the alley.
Yeah,
That's right. You gotta
away
get them
from your
out of
I
there.
house.
gotta get them off the
Yeah.
alley and onto the curb where they belong.
Yes, get to the curb.
I mean, there's just a lot of things that I have to do. I have to go to the DMV and get a new license.
Okay.
yeah,
all
that's
right.
fun.
You know,
Yeah.
so I just don't enjoy a lot of roll and writes. There's
Oh.
only a few that I do. Like,
Here's the good news. You could probably take this with and play it in line at the DMV.
There you go.
You've got the book
Yeah,
there.
I
You bring
think
some pencils.
It's either that or logic puzzles.
so
I mean,
if you had a boring game concept, sorry, roll and write people. If you
Yeah,
had a boring
seriously, I hope
game
they're not
concept,
watching.
and then you were in the DMV, you know, the Department of Motor Vehicles, trying to get your driver's license,
Yeah.
which is like the hell essentially on Earth. If you had those two together, would it just open up a wormhole to hell? Like, would you
Yes.
just like drop
That's
down
how
in?
you summon Cthulhu.
Oh, okay. Got it.
so Joe Roberts says roll and write equals watch grass grow.
That's not true because grass is interesting. You can
Oh,
smell
wow.
it. You can smell it. There might be a worm that comes
Sounds
by.
like you don't even have one or two
You
roll
could-
and writes you
You
like.
could see like a little flea or something in the grass.
Oh, and
Watching dogs eat grass is pretty enjoyable.
That'll
and
cry,
then they cough
cry
it up on your
says
carpet.
the roll and writes are the zombies of this year.
They're
Okay.
They're
yeah.
kind of getting out of control a little, but
Roll and write the roll and write.
Yeah, roll and write.
Yeah.
We backed that. Roll and
Yeah.
write the roll and write.
And when she
So-
says we, it's the royal we. It's definitely her. We've got some video lab
I-
on. Look at that.
Well, yeah, I know. I think it's our frames per second on our camera. We'll have to. I mean, there we go. Yeah, definitely. It's skipping. Now we're like techno, is what it is.
We break it with too much action.
boots and pants and boots and
Okay.
pants.
So
yeah, what happened to the Copenhagen roll and write? Did anybody get that yet?
no,
I
I
don't think
didn't.
it's
I didn't
delivered
want
yet,
that.
has
I
it?
didn't. I didn't do the Copenhagen roll and write. I
We
didn't
picked
like
up.
that
We have
one.
Copenhagen. We
Yeah.
like Copenhagen.
Did you
Especially
guys?
Stephanie.
Did you guys back the roll and write one?
No.
I think
Oh, Gregory.
I am a roll and write lover, and I think that this is a great deal. It's $29. You can
Roll
get
and
200 pages worth of roll and write games. You get 10 different games, so you kind of get to sample everything. Like, I feel like it's a very great deal for what you're
Oh, and
getting.
there's a PDF level too, right? Like
There's a
$19
PDF
or
level, yeah.
something? Yeah.
I just like having things like in
Oh yeah.
person. But if you did want to do the PDF isn't bad either because
it's
you can
even
print
cheaper.
some of those out and then you can go ahead and, write on them that way. Like either way, you're still writing on things. So I think that if you are a roll and write lover, this is right up your alley.
This sounds great because people are like PDFs for $15. What's the deal? I have some PDFs I could sell you for $15. There'll be games. There'll be roll and write games. You basically will roll a die. Then you'll write that into a box. And I mean, what else do you need? That's a roll and write right
All
there.
right,
I just
all
nailed
right.
it.
Greg, would you back that?
I want to look at it a little more closely because I am getting a little burned out on them. But I think that this is a good deal. Anyone who has any interest is still like excited about roll and writes. This seems like such a steal.
Okay, DrGloryhogg, would you back that?
No.
Okay.
I think he's made his position very clear.
Like, I don't even
He's
know.
not even on the fence.
No is like the nicest way I could say
He's
that.
offended that you asked.
Yes. I'm a little mad.
All right, this is a 100% back for me, guys. Like, I love solo games. I love roll and writes. I'll go through this
You just
entire
shake
book and
your
just play.
head. Every time
play
one of
on
us
my
is
own.
like, yeah, we're in, you're just
I'm
like,
going to play all the games, guys,
what's
okay?
wrong with these people?
I just
All right, this is the
wish
one
I
that
had better friends.
this is the one that DrGloryhogg is excited about, guys.
Wow.
Finally.
Spoilers.
Finally, we got here. So, next up, we have the Isofarian Guard. This is by Sky Kingdom Games. It's for 1 to 2 players. This is a story-style game where you're going to be going through, and people have compared it to Skyrim. People have compared it to Gloomhaven, stuff like that. However, you're going to be getting a soundtrack and an app to this game where it basically does all that sort of like RPG finesse for you, where you're going to
narration.
you're going to get this narrated story read to you as you're playing the game. And it is open world. And if you don't play video games, you might not know what open world means. That means that when you go into this game, you get to pick wherever you would like to go and whatever you want to do. There's no specific single way to get to one point in this game. You get to go and you get to do what you want in this game, which I always think is really interesting, especially for board games. That's easier maybe to do for like video games because you can program all
Yeah.
that stuff and everything. But for board games, like you have to have everything tied in with basically paperwork, you know?
Yeah.
So, Greg, what do you think about this game?
No, I think it's 4 scenarios, right? But it says that each one you could play multiple times
Oh,
because you go
absolutely.
down different paths.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 4. Yeah, I feel like it's 4 completely separate.
Like 4 basic
storylines.
scenarios,
Yeah.
but there's a lot to do within them, side quests and stuff. It says it's only 1 to 2 player, which is interesting. I don't usually go in for these kinds of games, but something about it has me a little intrigued.
Really?
Yeah, I think.
We're going to get there, guys. He's going to back something. This is going to be his first game he's backed on Kickstarter.
The whole thing is just us trying to get Greg to back things on Kickstarter.
I think it is going to really hinge on how good the story is. So I'm a little nervous that I'm going to spend $80 plus shipping, and then it's going to be like badly written. I've played games like that before.
They do have a little snippet that you can go
Yeah.
to at the end there and kind of get a sample of what it sounds like with everything, the narration involved.
I did like that. The production quality on the little clip they showed was amazing.
Yeah.
It wasn't only like good voice acting, but it was like background sound effects and music. Like it seems like they've really gone all out. I don't know how they have 30 hours worth of this, with that much audio pre-recorded at that level of production. Like it's really impressive. But I think it hinges on how good the writing is, how compelling the story is. So for me, I think it's a kind of a try before you buy. But
Try before you buy,
but I
guys.
really want this to be good because I love the idea of going. Because like what was the other, Legacy of Dragonholt? Like I really enjoy these kinds of things where you're going through.
What more do you need to buy? Just buy something, Greg. Buy something.
No, I like that Nouvelle-France. I always pick one each week. I think that's my one.
All right, Dr.
But this one
Gloryhogg.
looks cool. This one
All right, guys.
looks cool.
All right,
So
hold on, guys. Here comes.
let's go over the reasons why I usually pass on this. $100 plus game because when you start getting the other stuff into it, it gets expensive.
It's not cheap, man.
It's a game that you're never going to really get to the table a lot. We have a ton of these games that we just don't play enough to be worth it. I don't care. I 100% don't care about
You're
any
so
of my own
excited.
reasons. I just want this game. I was like kind of on the fence, and I started looking at the components. I'm like, I like it. I like the theme. I like the setting. Then when I got down to the video clips, or I'm sorry, little audio clips, one of the things that really hurts gameplay, I think, is when you're sitting there and you're like, oh, we flipped over the omen. Oh, a dark scratch appears across the wall, and the mirror breaks. And Greg, your character is terrified.
Yay, that's so thematic.
And you lose a lot of what you get in video games with the music, the atmosphere,
But
and all of that.
They've incorporated
They
that.
get down to the
This
office and have a
and-
salad for lunch.
Yeah,
You're like, but
oh
like
gosh,
this
don't get me started about that game.
detective. But with this game, since they give you the voice acting, you actually feel like you're almost listening to an audiobook,
Yeah.
which gets you more into the characters. And I feel like I want to hear the text. A lot of times with these types of games, I can almost skip most of the text and just get to like, what's the decision?
Yeah, let's just
And
skip
just
to the
read
good
that.
stuff.
Like you do in some video games, where you're
Right.
like, well, skip to the end.
Skip.
Yeah. So with this one, I feel like I want to know what's going on because I feel like there's a story unfolding in front of me, and that alone makes me want to back this game. And then it looks beautiful. And if it's anything at all as good as it looks and sounds like, then I'm 100%
Well,
in.
it's also 1 or 2 players, right? So
Which
you
I
could,
actually like
you
because
could play this by yourself.
well,
yeah.
we ended up playing a lot of those games. We end up playing 1 or 2 players anyways. More 2
Right.
players, obviously.
And you could play it with 1, kind of get a feel for how it works, and then bring someone else in and play the same scenario again because it is going to hinge on, is going to go different ways.
Yeah, I could play this while she knocks out 15 rolling
50
rights.
different rolling rights.
I feel like this is one of the ones that I'm actually excited about having a lot of content. Where usually sometimes I'm like overload. I'm like too much content. I'm never gonna get to it. I feel like this is gonna be my tainted grail for the year. Like the game that I like super pumped about, want to back, want to play. We'll play. And this is one that I honestly feel like I would play without her. If she decided not to, I'd be like, cool, I'm gonna continue without you, or I'll get the kid to jump in, or I'll play as the cat and I'll narrate the cat's voice and meow 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 15 meows. You're
Now-
like, okay.
What do you think of the fact that it is only 1 or 2? Like, that doesn't bother me because I usually play games as a 2-player more than anything
I
else
think that's
anyway.
good because
But-
sometimes these big games, when they're meant to be played at 4, like Gloomhaven,
Yeah.
2-player feels
gets
limited,
too
and you
much
feel like
with
it's
too many.
like you're not getting to do the full range of the game.
I'm just
This one
surprised
being
they didn't.
optimized
yeah.
at 2 players means that I'm going to get the best experience possible playing this.
I'm just surprised that they didn't go, let's figure out how to make it 3 and 4 player at least as well. Like, maybe it's best at 1 or 2, but like a lot of these games go, 1 to 4, but it's really a 2-player game.
Yeah.
Forest teams or, some lame thing like that. But with this one, I'm kind of surprised they kept it at 1 or 2, which I actually, like you said, I'm almost kind of impressed by that. Like there's like almost like an artistic integrity or something there. Maybe
Right.
like this game is best at this player count. We're not going to pretend like you can play it with more.
Yep.
Keep it here. So I was a little at first kind of like, well, that's weird, but I don't know.
So
Maybe it's a good thing.
How many of these storytelling style games do you actually play with more than 2 players?
Actually, no, I agree. That's my point.
Yeah.
Because that's
so
the biggest
like,
hinging point is
Yeah.
you never can get the group together usually, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
usually if we're gonna go and play like
And that's one of the deterrents to getting them played.
Yeah, something like Gloomhaven or whatever. You're like,
Yeah.
oh man, I want all these players, or even like a Betrayal at the House on the Hill or something Legacy. You're like trying to get all these
What about
people
the King's
together.
Dilemma?
The King's Dilemma. You want to get all these people together
5.
to have this amazing experience, but our best plays of Pandemic Legacy and
Yeah.
stuff, or story-driven
Yeah.
games, is or Arcadia Quest and stuff. 2 players.
2 players.
2 players. We
That's
can
the
knock
only
it
time
out
we've actually knocked out a full campaign is when we played it 2
very
player.
fast, and then it becomes where you're more engrossed into things and everything. I think that 2 players was a good move for this. It might not be for everybody because they have kids that they want to integrate into this and stuff like that as a campaign sort of thing. But
I feel like you just
I
play a
mean-
different campaign with your kid then.
Yeah.
yeah,
Or
that
you
would
play
be
the
fine.
same one again, and maybe you let your kid make those choices
Right.
instead of
I
you
mean,
making
we even
them,
did that
so
with
that you
time
go down
stories.
different
And that
paths.
one you actually know
Yeah.
what's going to happen.
I
Oh,
also
yeah.
and we
think
just let other people make those major pivotal decisions, and we just kind of sat back and played it.
Yeah.
I also think that this is interesting because this is a bag building game,
Yeah,
Yeah.
which we don't actually
Yeah,
have a ton of.
which
Yeah.
we have
bag building
Altiplano, and that's it.
and then a story-driven game. That's kind of interesting,
Yeah,
right?
it has like almost like some Euro-y mechanics of
Right.
like resource management and stuff. I mean, it could be amazing.
And if I'm not wrong, it looked like you could make and upgrade gear too, which
Yeah.
is cool.
Yeah,
Like
you
besides just like upgrading gear, and it sounded like they were trying to incorporate stuff where like legendary quests, where if you defeat like a specific random encounter, you'll get like his cloak or
Yeah.
his wrist guards, which is something that they do in other RPGs that's really important. Where you're
Right.
like, not only did I kill that lion, for example, now I've got the lion's mane cloak with its +1 defense. Like you remember that whole experience because you got to keep like that souvenir.
Yep.
Keep
So
war trophies is what I'm saying.
524 Labs, Quacks is a bag builder, so that would be a bag building game. And, there's lots of good comments in here. Chad saying that they respect it at the count, that, they kept that 2-player count and kept true to it and everything. I mean, I think that this is funded, right? This was funded.
Yeah, I
It's
think
crazy
this one's,
funded,
like,
right?
Super funded, if I remember right.
I love the narration in this game. I
I'm
think
not
the
going to buy
bag
it without the narration.
without if you didn't have narration in this game, you'd be like, meh.
I wouldn't be meh, but I would be okay passing on it. I think the
Yeah, that's
narration's what's
interesting.
going to make this
yeah.
make or break. I was always a huge fan of stuff like A Touch of Evil
Touch of
having
Evil,
a
yeah.
soundtrack.
I
I
don't-
played that CD
Yeah.
non-stop. Zombie 15 with the zombie soundtrack. I played that CD non-stop playing that game.
To
I
me,
feel like
it's-
without it, it's just going to be, it might still be good, but it doesn't differentiate itself enough without
I'm more
it.
concerned about the writing than the narration. Like, if the writing is good, then I can read it at the table. It'll be good enough. Like Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective or something like
Yeah.
that, where it's written well. So that's why I'm on the fence. If it's well done and it's written well and performed well, then this thing's going to be this has the potential to be amazing.
And Ellen says he straight up just doesn't want immersiveness in tabletop gaming. He wants to do that with
Oh,
video
okay.
games only, which is interesting. I love immersiveness in tabletop gaming because, like DrGloryhogg brought up with A Touch of Evil, I love the fact that there's a soundtrack with that. When we play Mansions of Madness, it's like there's candles on the table
Yeah.
and like the lights are dimmed and everything is dark. Like, I am a role-playing gamer as well, so maybe that
That
is
might be the
part of
difference.
it because I love the role-playing aspect of things too, and then being involved in this board game and then taking that on and being like, oh yeah, now I'm an adventurer going through here and everything, and making it exciting like that and everything, and
Yeah.
them adding the narration to this game just drives you into that.
Right, like we're playing other role-playing games. Like I have played Skyrim, we've got World of Warcraft. I mean, we play other role-playing games online. We just got Borderlands 3.
Yeah.
And so I agree, it's usually done better in a video game, but I don't think there's anything wrong with trying to merge those two worlds a little bit. If it's done right, it makes something
Yeah, if
amazing.
it's done right. If it's done right.
Too often it's not done well. So maybe that's part of his point is like, it's almost always inferior.
I love
See,
that.
524 is right. I mean, even when we were playing
Wingspan.
Scythe, we looked up.
Force sounds.
We looked up Scythe soundtrack, like the Scythe soundtrack to play when we played Scythe, Rise of Fenris, and then we always play some kind of
Yeah.
music that usually
Well,
goes
When
with
we play
the
a Blue
actual.
Lagoon, we turn on the Moana soundtrack.
That's it.
We did. What was it? We did the Clue soundtrack to Awkward Guests the
Yes,
other
we
night, which was
did.
perfect. It was so
awesome.
good.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a win, guys. There's nothing bad I can see aside from the player count on it.
I like right there. Look at those pogs dropping in that cube getting truly immersive. Listen,
Hogs, I thought those were Splendor pieces.
I've got a cow horn that I can blow. I'm going all in. I'm gonna wear a
that's
plastic
true.
Viking
That's
hat.
true.
Like we're
All
going
right,
for this.
Greg, would you back this?
I think I'm a pass because I'm just nervous that if it's not well written, everything's going to kind of fall apart. But I want to try it. I hope it's awesome.
DrGloryhogg, I'm curious as to if you're going to be backing this today.
This is the first type of game like this in a while that I've seen since probably Tainted Grail that I'm actually excited for.
Yeah.
I feel like this one is going to be really, really good, and it's not going to get the same notoriety, but I think this is going to be the one.
Between the two of you, you guys are backing everything.
This week is going to be a tough
Well, at
week,
least
guys.
some of hers are
It's
like
going to be a
cheap,
tough
you know,
week.
like the Roll and Write one's like $30.
You know,
Yeah,
like,
but
geez,
it's adding up. It's adding up.
geez. This is gonna, this is
all
gonna be
that
an
big
all-in
Ko-Fi
week.
money.
All-in week. Woo!
This was not
All
this was
right.
not the week to quit your other job.
yeah. For me, this is a back, guys. It looks amazing. It's gonna play a 2-player. I love that. It's probably, I'd probably pick this up faster than like a Gloomhaven or something, because that's a lot more to get out and everything, and this is just going to be more simplistic going into and playing.
It does feel like it's like quicker to get to the table.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell for sure,
I
but
think it said 45-minute playtime or something.
yeah.
MM says, let Visa sort it out.
Let
Thank
Visa
you.
sort it out.
Back them all. Let Visa sort it out.
But you know what I mean? It doesn't seem like there's a lot of setup with like,
Oh,
oh, I got to
thank
put
you.
doorways out here and chests
No.
and this
Yeah.
and that. It seems like it's going to be
And I
unfold
like.
the board and just kind of jump in and go.
I know, like bag building. In general, I like the idea of that better than rolling dice for some reason. Maybe that's
I
really
do too.
because we play enough
Yeah.
RPGs that if I'm going to roll dice, I might as well just play RPGs. I like the dice.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
This you feel like you're adding odds to your overall thing. Where when you're rolling a dice, you're not. You're technically can upgrade dice, but unless you're upgrading dice, you're not actually improving your odds very much.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Next up, we have Mint Cooperative. Let me get
So
this
minty
playing for you
fresh.
guys. I'm so excited.
Defeat.
Okay, this is
halitosis.
Mint
She just said, I'm
Cooperative.
so excited.
This is by
I'm
five.
so excited.
I think you guys are backing all
524
four this week.
Labs. This is for 1 to 4 players, and it lasts about 15 to 30 minutes. Now, in this particular game here, you are a superhero, and you are going to be battling super villains, and you're going to be trying to clear off all these little mints here from the different cities before the villains create too much mayhem. So it's very like Forbidden Island, where you have
Yeah.
this tile drawing system or this card drawing system,
Yeah.
and then you are trying to make sure that those little areas don't get overrun. And of course, it has the most adorable mint theme to it. You know, you have the, what is it?
Defeat halitosis.
Yeah, you're defeating
Yeah,
halitosis.
there's a villain named Gingivitis.
Right? It's so adorable. So
I
we
don't know why I
actually
laughed at that.
we actually have both of their mint games. So we have the mint delivery, and what was the other one? There was the other one that we ended up getting as well. And
Because we bought those two together.
yeah, out of all 3 that I've played, I have to say I liked Mint Cooperative the best,
Oh, you
guys.
played this one already?
Yes, we've played this
Oh.
one already.
At
Very
Origins
cool.
or
Like-
Gen Con, she played it.
Yeah, I'm
Oh, awesome.
super
Look at
excited about
Alan.
this
Greg,
one.
it's only $10. All
And
right,
it-
all
yeah,
right.
and it's $10, guys. It's $10. So, Greg, what do you think about this game?
It does seem like a no-brainer. I mean, it's $10. I mean, even if you played a couple times and that's it. The theme is fun. The idea is fun.
It's a burrito and a bag of chips.
Yeah.
That's it.
A burrito
I don't
and a
even
bag
think
of
you
chips.
get guacamole for 10.
It's-
I mean, it's
well, that's
just
true.
the burrito and chips.
Yeah. So, and the Game Boy Geek says this one might excel past Forbidden Island for first-time cooperative players, but gamers will still like it too. And I completely
It's
agree
not
with
as
that.
pretty though. That's my only concern. Like you
If-
could Forbidden Island, you pull it out, it has like a table presence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is kind of plain looking. I mean, it's fine, and for $10, like you can't really complain, right?
Right.
But that's my only like turn off is that if you pulled this out as
It's
a
like
game.
card art.
Well, if you pulled this out as like a gateway game, I
Yeah.
think a lot of like non-gamers might be like, "This
What
looks
is this? What
kinda,"
is this?
You know, like
But they might be
you're
intrigued by
pulling
how
this out
small.
of a mint tin. Like, what is this? You know, versus like those big, cool, chunky pieces in Forbidden Island and stuff. But you know, it's 3 times as much for that game versus this.
I
so.
love mint tin games or little tiny pocket games so much, guys.
Yeah.
So one burrito, Greg. It's worth one
One
burrito and a
burrito.
soda, okay?
No guac.
And a
No guac.
soda.
But
No
but
queso.
you could sacrifice your one burrito and get this game, okay, guys? Like that's
you don't
it.
have to sacrifice your one burrito.
You have your friend buy you your burrito, and then you get the game, and
if
then
you
play
sign
it
up
with
for
them.
Chipotle
Bye,
rewards,
Vincent.
you can earn
Oh.
points towards a free burrito. Check out Chipotle
Yeah,
today.
this company with all these mint games, these like, you know, they need a punch card where if you buy enough of them, you get the next mint game
Oh,
free.
that's adorable. That's
Funny.
adorable. So, Dr. Gloryhogg, what did you think about this game?
So I was really trying to figure out in my head before I saw the game how they would make this into a co-op game inside something that's so small, right?
Yeah.
And so I couldn't figure it out. I was like, I don't know how they're going to do it. But actually seeing the game and the way they kind of integrated in the superheroes and the different names and the theme and everything, I was actually pleasantly surprised. I thought, oh, it's not like they can only do so much in a mint tin, but it had more to it than I thought it would have.
Yeah, I agree.
Honestly, I was kind of
It's
surprised.
kind of impressive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they did a really good job making a solid game that fits into a tiny tin.
Yeah.
Like, it's so hard to do that, to fit everything into a tiny tin with that because you need so many pieces with everything. And overall, I love the fact that all 3 of their games have stayed with that whole mint theme where you're going to the freshness pines and stuff like that. It's
Spearmint
so
Ridge.
cute. It's so adorable, guys.
Cinnabon Island or Cinnamon Island or something like that.
And it's a great first time game to start people off to. You bring it to like a work sort of event or a game night that people don't know is a game night yet until you get there, or like you introduce your friends to it as a really cute little cooperative game. You can't go too wrong with cooperative games and introducing those to new gamers.
Well, especially as
Right.
a
You know?
gateway game because you
Yeah.
can just teach it as you play, kind of.
Right. Nobody's afraid of showing
yeah.
you their cards or
Right,
anything or what's
yeah.
going on with stuff.
Plus,
like
this really is. I mean, it's the size of a pack of cards. So, like, I keep a pack of cards in my backpack that I take to work and stuff. Like, you could have this in your glove compartment. You could have it in your backpack. You could take it to a con in your pocket, bust it out if you're in a really long line waiting to, like, get your face painted up in Borderlands 3 style. I mean, there were definitely times that you can play this game that you just couldn't play other games.
And I agree with you. I thought that delivery was like maybe too light for me, and I liked Works better, but I like co-op like the most out of all of them. Like it hit something for me that I was like, "Oh, this is perfect." It has a lot of like really gamer game attributes, you know, because I feel like the pickup and delivery one was a little too light with that. It's cute, but light. But this one here, I feel like this was enough for gamers to be interested in it, and then also to be able to show to other people. Like
So good
that's
in
what
the-
I
In
thought.
the middle.
Yeah, a good in the middle one. All right. So, other than art, is there any other drawbacks you guys have for this? Anything else? No? Seems
I
like
mean,
a solid game,
unless you-
right?
yeah, unless you
I
don't
think
like cooperative play. I
Tried
mean,
and true company. I mean,
Yeah.
they've put out 2 other existing games. So, Greg, would you back this?
I think for 10
Is this the
bucks,
one?
Well, no, I think the Nouvelle-France is the one I'm
Are you
most
gonna back
excited
2?
about.
Hold on.
it's-
Are you backing 2 games, Greg?
Possible I'm backing 2 games. This is bad. Doing the show's bad. I'm gonna be
It's bad.
broke.
Every time you come to the show, do you come home and you're like talking to
Well, yeah.
to your
She
wife
talks
on
you
the
out of it.
line,
I
and she's
think
like, we can't do this. You can't
prior-
keep doing this."
She goes, wait till this is on deep discount for $7.50 at Barnes & Noble.
Well, prior to doing this show, I just blissfully kind of ignored Kickstarter for the most part. Like, I would watch the big ones and stuff that everyone was talking about. But yeah, I'm way too plugged in
I'm
now.
so
thanks
glad
to
that
you
our
guys.
podcast got you into
Yeah.
all this.
Got you
guys.
hooked.
I
You're
appreciate
hooked.
it. Be careful about what podcasts you listen to. You never know how much money they're going to cost you.
That's true.
down
All right,
the
so
road.
you are a possible.
And you guys are in. It sounds like.
Yeah, I think this is
So
one
all 4.
I could see
Yeah.
backing this. I could see backing this actually at a higher level and getting enough for Christmas, like
That's
to
true.
hand
Oh,
out like a
that's a good
supplementary
idea.
little games to people.
We
Like
did that.
Teach it to
yeah.
your family, and then like, oh, you liked it? By the way,
yeah,
here's a
we
copy.
did that with just one, where we bought like a couple copies
Yeah.
of it,
Yeah.
and then we handed it out to
Yeah.
like my
Speaking
brother,
of
my
great
mom, like
Gateway cooperative.
Yeah.
games.
And that's a really good thing to mention is that sometimes we get on with these $10 games and we're like, you know what? We're going to get like 3 or 4 of these games, and then we're going to end up handing these out throughout the year, or we're going to do a giveaway with one of
This
these,
game is
or
cheap
something's
enough.
going to happen because
You could just put like a Gloryhoundd sticker on it and give it out like as a business card.
and be like, try this game, it's recommended.
I love that
Watch
idea
our
that
show.
your business card
Watch
is
our
a
show.
game.
Yeah, that's the next level for game. All you game designers out there, next level is make a game out of your business card where you've got to like cut it up, make it a legacy game.
Business card the game.
You've got to make it a
Business
legacy
card
game.
the game. That would be great. I would love a business
Cut
card
off
the game.
a 1/8 strip.
All right, guys,
Burn it.
I'm
You have to
Open
fold
the
them. You have
envelope.
to create like
Yeah.
a tower.
I'm
something.
100% down for
game.
this game. Yeah, we're going to have like crazy lag going on. Thanks to everybody for joining us today. I appreciate everybody here that went ahead and commented. Make sure in the comments to leave which games are your favorites and which one you guys are going to back. Yes, we are dropping frames. I'm going to have to check that out after I added new cameras and all sorts of stuff, so I think they're messing with each other. I'm going to have to go back and fool around with that.
You're creeping me out at this point, dude.
We got a 60 frame camera, but it's like it's up there, and I don't think I unplugged it, guys. So I'm sorry for the dropped frames. We'll fix that next time. And is there anything else you guys can think about mentioning? Anything else? No BGG cons, no Dice
you guys
Tower.
do BGG Con? I don't think I'm
We
doing
I
got
don't
Rin,
think-
RinCon is the next.
Oh, Rin's right. We're gonna go be at
Arizona
RinCon.
one down in Tucson. You live close
Ah.
to Tucson, right?
Oh, well, thank you.
According
Thanks
to
so
you.
much, Odin. Like, they're saying thanks for having Dyson Ink
Happy
on.
on.
Absolutely. I'm super excited about that game. Like, I can't wait to check that out. And
Everyone's Naruto running to Area 51, right? That's coming up.
There was a guy who like got
Coming up.
behind the